back to the feminine in that regards, not talking about vagina, even though it's a representation, right? But we're speaking about a different way of thinking. But just to even point this out, that even the worship of the feminine was still half of the mystery. We started to worship the feminine when we
mm,
forgot about the whole.
right.
Feminine, when we started to worship worshiping the feminine is what actually gave birth to worshiping the masculine.
Mm,
You understand? It gave birth to that. And so we're
mm.
trying to go beyond, we're trying to go beyond the beyond. You understand what I'm saying? Into something new. So yeah, man, I think I don't know if you got any more questions. We can, we can keep on going. But I feel,
I
yeah, my
just
man,
wanted to.
this one.
I think I just had no, just not much, just like one or
No,
two
no,
things. So
go to you. Yeah, yeah, go to you, man. Flow with it.
it was like I can't remember who said this, where this quote exactly comes from, but it's like connected to everything but attached to none
Mm-hmm.
or
Oh,
detached.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you know the last pandemic that happened, right?
Right.
And
The corona, which means crown, the crowning. Yeah, yeah. I remember that
yeah,
crowning.
the crown, the corona, yeah, 290, yeah, exactly. Crown. Corona means crown in Spanish, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Oh, science.
yeah, so I really learned some things. So like, you know, when they talk about, for instance, relating it back now to Abrahamic religions, um, about it's but all these meanings and stuff, I see it as like metaphors and interpretations. So it's like when it says it's easier for a camel to get into heaven than a rich man. Sorry, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the gates of heaven.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're talking again about attachments
Right.
on a physical material plane.
Mhm.
And I remember I was adamant. I was like, I ain't taking no jab. And you know what? Yeah, that was my stance from the beginning to the end. And I remember when I was working, my workplace was really applying pressure on people to take the jab. Yeah,
Mm.
to the point where they're always asking every week, every minute. And like it's like they're asking you, but they're not forcing you, but it's like they're ramping up the pressure a bit more. And if you remember, it went to BAME when they're saying black ethnic minorities, then they said they wanted to children. And every minute it's like, raw, like this is getting weird. Why are you always trying to get people to the point where there was saying to certain people like, raw, like we need you to take it to continue working and all that and that, yeah?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I was like, I ain't taking it anyway, regardless. I was never gonna, and I didn't. And I
Mhm.
ended up moving job because of it as well. But it was just the thing was strange, yeah. But there was a lot of people that in the beginning they were saying they ain't gonna take it, they ain't gonna take it. And then remember in the second lockdown during winter, when everyone's working from home, you know, it's dark when you get up and then it's dark when you finish. So everyone's energies and vibrations are down and that. And then yeah, man, a lot of people were just they didn't want to, but they took it. But from you've taken it, that's consent because you've not objected. But the thing was, I was looking at it like, raw, you know what? Yeah, for me, it's easy to say I ain't gonna take it, but there's people out there that's like, I got a mortgage, I got kids to feed,
Mhm.
I got this, I got, and then then if you go into deep, oh, my wife's gonna leave me. I don't know if like, what if I go into what if the house gets repossessed? And then you start thinking it from them type of ways. It's like, raw, I don't have them pressures. So then at one hand I'm thinking on a physical level, I'm like, raw, like I wanna have more things, I wanna have this and that, I wanna have riches and this, yeah. But then I'm like, raw, like I got a level of freedom that I don't even have to worry and pressure my head with those things on top of it to make me do something I don't want to do.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. 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 No, I hear you still. Like, first and foremost, like that time there, that time period for me, oh,
Mm,
it was absolutely amazing. I came
Yeah.
up on multiple levels, mentally,
Mm.
emotionally, sexually,
Mm.
financially. Oh, I'll
Yeah.
say I'm living my best life, like best believed. You understand what I'm saying? So, but when I hear those stories and whatnot, I get it. But we're dealing with, like you referred to it earlier on in the podcast, NPCs. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
like we don't even worry about. There's like what Jesus said in the Bible: "Let the dead bury the dead." Do you understand what
Mm.
I'm saying? So those individuals, I get what you're saying because they're tied to or they're attached to the physicality and the material and so forth. Yes, 100% on one level, but on a deeper level, when we get past all of that, what are you still attached to? Are you still attached to being caring? Are you still attached to being Malik? Are you attached to the name? Are you attached to the identity? You understand what I'm saying? That's what spiritual, true spirit, the spiritual path is going to call upon for you
Mm.
to let go. You understand what I'm saying? Those that's playing in the physical game has got all of those external pressures. Like I said, I get it, 100%, 100%. That is a level of the distraction. If you really want to get it on that level, we think the distraction is a rap beef or
Mm.
they're playing this concert or this
Yeah.
music
I
to
thought that.
distract you
Yeah.
and all of that. They well, what I'm saying is that ain't even the distraction. That's
Mm.
the distraction for the distraction. Yeah, that's to make you think they really got a distraction. The only thing that's a distraction is when you're not looking at self.
Mm.
Simple. Simple. Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It ain't about
Yeah.
you not looking at the wars and all of that is still centered around the propaganda machine. The
Mm.
very thing that the very thing that points towards their power is the very thing that sustains their power. Your belief in that they're
Mm.
all powerful, that they're running the world, they're running the game, they've got this secret society and this mystery, they're 10 generations ahead of us, and all of these narratives that just lets me know, oh, you don't know your cosmic identity.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck how many generations you think they're ahead. I'm light years.
Mm.
What are we even talking about? She's like, what? We mapped this shit out already. It's already done. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing that they're doing that belongs to them. All systems, all organizations, all religions that you think stem from them are just old relics of the science we brought to them. Do you
Mm.
understand what I'm saying? So we're not even in that ball game when we're talking about those particular things there. Do you understand what I'm
Mm.
saying? I get it on a relative level. I don't want to. Yeah, I get it. But what we're speaking over here, like I got to make the distinction. The
Mm.
distraction is you. As long as you're pointing the finger to something outside of yourself, you are being distracted. Simple, right?
It's
And
always you
even
versus you. Yeah.
always you versus you, and even on a level whereby, see, we speak about the integration, right? The unification of polarities into oneness.
Mm.
We spoke about how that neutralizes the individual identity of these things there, meaning the same way you get rid of bad, it's the same way you get rid of good. If you still attached to the good or trying to be good, you're still you're still in the game of duality. You're still
Mm.
giving birth to that which is polarity because you're saying, oh, this is good. Therefore, another thing must be bad. That's
Mm.
universal law. Universal law. And so what you're really if you're really about this journey, then your big this non-attachment is also to what you deem as good because that's still a polarity. Do you understand what I'm saying? And well, I said you understand what I'm saying, and I'm not necessarily speaking to you, but the wider audience who may listen to this, right?
Mm.
That this is the understanding that we're trying to achieve, not logically. Logically and rationally, you're gonna be like the hamster on the hamster wheel, answering these questions over and over. And I've been there. Oh yeah, this is the answer. And then I explore the answer, it leads me to another answer. But what about this? And then I'll go back to this, and it's oh yeah, but this, but wait a minute, but did this, and then I'll go back. It's a never-ending journey when you're trying
Mm.
to figure out the paradox logically. You have to understand the paradox from your true mind, which is the heart space. and it's a remembering process